Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D 4X today, and it's going to be chaos. Chaos, I say. What is going on is I have moved my computer into the basement, and because I'm having some construction on my house, uh, and on the upper floor. Well, that thing didn't come through, and you can see there's shit behind me. It's a drum set. So my screen thing doesn't work. I just moved a lamp because I was like darker than normal. Like I usually like to go for like the evil dude sitting in the dark. That's my aesthetic, and that I go for. And it was, even for me, it was too dark. My camera was sideways when I started. The whole thing is all jacked up. Everything's jacked up. And then yesterday, for the program, I deleted my .godot folder because I have this weird error that I thought it might solve the problem. And I put back that folder, and I could get rid of all of these issues. But I decided that probably, like, let's say somebody else downloads the game and wants to look at the open source code, they're going to get all of these errors when they run it the first time. And so I figured it'd be better just to start with a clean, empty .godot and fix all these errors. So that's chaos. The floor that I'm on, as a rolling chair on the floor, is a lot less level than I thought it was. So, upstairs I used to always say I'm slowly rolling backwards. That was just me, like, pushing... just how I was sitting was making it slowly roll backwards. But in this, I'm actually have to keep my feet on the ground or I start to roll backwards. The whole thing's, like I said, absolute chaos. We're going to get nothing done today. But that's okay, right? It's not like we always get other things done. But here we go. Here's our game. 2D4X as open source, post-apocalyptic game. These are our test area. Though I just noticed that like the camera kind of starts in a dumb place, but who cares, right? I'm trying to adjust myself in my chair, but I can't roll back that far. Otherwise, I have to become one with the drum set behind me. All right, so let's go through these errors and try to figure them out. I also was getting this other crazy error that I remember happened once. Oh, I guess I didn't bring this over to this monitor. That I guess happened once, and because I looked it up and I remember reading this thing, and I don't remember what happened after this, like if it just fixed itself or what. But this is this other. I get like 19 of these, and I don't think I have any constants. This is GD script though, but I don't think. I mean, I thought I did a long time ago. But But I don't think I do. And there used to be a thing. I don't think it's constant. There used to be a script ages ago, before I started using a bunch of enums, called like all text or some shit. Scripts. Where am I? Yeah, and then I also have like the guy who's going to fix my house from this leak. I don't even know if chat's working. We'll never know. Am I even streaming? It seems like I am. I had to install like a tiny little switch. Oh, if I have outlet down here in the basement, and if I plug something into it, it knocks out another outlook, which is my other computer. It's right over there. It's actually on the other direction, but it's right over there. And so if I use one outlet, it knocks out a different outlet just by plugging something into it. Not by having like power. It was a power strip. I guess the power strip could have been on. I didn't check that. It's just fucking chaos. And I feel like I'm shrinking. I don't know. I might be shrinking. That would be weird. What was I yammering about here? Oh yeah, this constant thing. I had something called like all text back in the day here. I think it was called all text. I thought I stopped using it though. It would have been under public classes. Yeah, I think I deleted it. So I have no idea. So let's start with these things. It's not compiling. See, like what? We kind of need that. That might be for the map editor though. And these errors don't, like, they went away. So these are the two things it says it's not compiling. Looks good to me. I wonder if it has something to do with this instance stuff that's causing the issues. I am not really sure what this. So and those bugs go away. I don't remember what this is for. Game start. This is so that getter setters will start getting affected after the game has started. Oh yeah, I do remember that. It doesn't work though. I don't think this works. I don't think this works. I wanted it to work, but you know, so the issue is that getter setters that are set in the inspector fire when the game's being built. And I think I fixed it a different way. So I wonder if I don't even need that auto load. I wonder if the map editor's jacked up too. Let's go through these errors that we can. We do know. So it says that this one also isn't compiling. And that's also here. This should just be county resources auto load. I wonder if it is these instant things that are throwing, because there's 19. There's probably 19. I don't know. That seems like that seems like about right, but who knows? Like the error that I was getting, the 19 errors that I was getting, doesn't give you. It just says error, and then it tells it, you know, the error that it had, but it doesn't give you like information about what script is having the error. It's kind of so this should be at the very top. So, and this is on ready. Is in the editor. I don't remember what that's for. Test of the research items. See, if we don't fix these things, though, we're going to run into some other. So I don't think that. Oh, here's the error that I was talking about. There's only 8 this time, though, and it like stops right there. This one doesn't have a period. See, it doesn't tell you what script. Script class can only be set together with base class. So then see, there's cat hair everywhere, too, in my house. Just absolute it's just fucking. Where did that thing go? Here it is. See, like this person they're talking, this is, once again, it's GD script. It really sucks that I can't tell if just absolute chaos here. It really sucks that I can't tell if the chat is working either. My little chat program here. Topic was automatically import. Oh. Can only be set together with base class, but then he gets like another error down below it where it actually says something. And then if I look for other ones with this exact error, what's this one say? Yesterday I upgraded from Unity scripts are not loading after update, blah, blah, blah. If the script name is my class, the class name must be my class. This is also case sensitive. But what does it think that is I mean, we would have known at this point if there was in that many of them that were like misspelled or something. Script class can only be set together with base class name. Like, what is it talking about? Because these I'm always, you know, I copy and paste them to make sure. And then also, like, the actual name of the file has to be the same. I mean, it's possible, I guess, but I have a feeling it's something else. What about this? Why is this using? Oh, this is global space. What is my auto load? Let's look. Where the fuck did that autoload go? What happens if I put this back to how it... Well, see, the thing is, how do we test it? Because we don't even know if this is the problem. Let's do this, and then does this happen every time we build it? We should have cleared this shit off. Let's clear this off here first. And my monitors aren't the same as they used to be. They're like slightly tilted or something, and I can't, I mean, I can move them, but... Well, we didn't get that shit this time? How am I supposed to test it if I can't get the problem? So it seems like once I change something, the issue starts. Yeah, so we got 8 of them that time. Once again, it doesn't have the period on that one, so that's even more weird. So we got 8 of them there. And I guess I could roll back to a different version, and I can also roll back to that old Godot folder, but once again, the problem is if someone else downloaded it, they're going to get all these fucking errors. Okay, so this time I got 7. Oh, I hit play, though, that time instead of... So I want... Oh, look, some of them have the period at the end and some don't. And then are these all 17? I bet you they are. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so those are all I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't some other error buried in here. So that was 17. We were originally getting 18. Why I think it might be that is because... Oh, wait, but I had to run it. Yeah. We need to also clear this. No, we clicked the wrong button. Oh, so those are 2 different errors, I think is what that's saying. Let's do a change to this so that it redoes whatever it's doing. And then if I play it... I did do, like, so that didn't change anything, the 17. I had this other weird error with these things, so that's why I was like, maybe it's that. Let's say, let's clear this every time. Let's say we comment out this and this. There's going to be one more. Give me a bug here. You know what? We deleted that folder. It's not. There we go. We deleted that folder. I wonder if we should rebuild the C# project. So we're going to see if we get 17 again, and otherwise we'll know it's instance. If it's the instance thing, then that's a huge issue because I use it all the time. Did you restart? What'd you do here? Yeah, like I said, I think this stream's going to be a wash because, well, now we got 8? Well, that doesn't make any sense. They're also different. It's crazy that one has a period and one doesn't. He says. I don't even know what to do here. No idea what to even do here. I think, so yeah, and then it goes away the next time I run it. Let's make like a change to this. And then let's do this. then we get the 17. So that the getting rid of the instance things didn't do anything. So that was, well, you know, the auto load though, it was saying it didn't couldn't compile that. So maybe the auto load is not a good example. Let's do this then. Like, I have no idea where these errors are. Why wouldn't they tell me where this error is happening? Stinklewings, how's it going? I guess that answers my question if my chat's working. Like, why wouldn't they tell me where this error is so I could try to... Well, now it's not even showing. It's there. Oh, I have it, like, clicked. Okay. Script class can only be set together with base class names. A rewrite, like from scratch, or like a refactoring? I feel like I'm always coding myself into a corner. And then I have to come up with some weird workaround. And I'm like, it works, but I have 17 lists now that all do the same thing. Script class can only be set together with base. And is this when I search for this? No, these people are having a similar issue. It says it wants to re-import this stuff, but when I deleted that, see like a bunch of Unity issues? Let's put Godot up here. What does this person say? So how does that feel? I've wondered many a times. I notice when I like start a new game that I'm never gonna finish, there's certain stuff that I'm like, bam, 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 that shit's just done. I'm like, I know exactly, and it's like so quick and great. How old is this? Close March 1st. And I like that feeling, but then other stuff I run into, I'm like, I don't remember how I did this. You can't have two files have the same class name. You can make a base class with class name damageable. I don't have two files. Isn't like CSS supposed to be like pretty difficult? I've seen a few threads, but I've not found a solution. I imported a custom resource I made in the project from. I want to import a parser, get a parser error saying that my class overwrites. Is that what this is saying though? Is that it overwrites? It bugged out on me once. I think relaunching or removing the class name, save, close. What? But it doesn't tell me any of this stuff. Maybe let's do this. Since I deleted that folder, let's do this. Yeah. This is what we're going to do. We're going to rebuild the C project. Figure where that is. Tools, C#. I should probably close this though. More verbose. Rust. How is Rust hard? All right. I hear people talk about Rust all the time. I clicked OK on that, and then did that do something? I guess that's not going to help me. Go over to whatever, all enums. Tedious. Are you still streaming code stuff? Okay, so this actually this is the same one because last time I did this, um, this was all gone. Last time I did this, and I had to change some of this. I feel like the time I picked. See, here's that thing is back. This needs the 2 in front of it. And I wonder where it's getting this default namespace from, where when I regenerate it, this 2 disappears. And this is because I'm up to dev 7 or whatever. I feel like whatever time I pick to stream is the worst time. I don't have any proof of that. Like, I don't have any data to back it up, but I feel like that's always the case. I don't feel like, no, it says it changed, but that's probably because I just changed it. Let's close this again. I don't know what it just did. Let's close this thing. Rescue turtle, box turtle. Oh, from a hard freeze. I had a turtle when I was a kid and it froze to death. It woke up and this is in San Diego, so it doesn't even get that cold. It woke up in the middle of winter and because we had like a warm streak and then it went in water and froze. I don't know what type of turtle it was. A dead turtle, I guess. I was a big turtle fan. All right, let's try this again. Tools, C#, create. Okay. It doesn't do anything when I mean, it doesn't tell me it's, I swear it did before. Then we'll open up this. It should have blow away all of my stuff though, I thought. Maybe I deleted the, no, I hope not. I hope it doesn't make you a bad person. Maybe I deleted the, project file is what I'm thinking of here. Wait, what am I looking at? This is not what I want. I want, no, this is, no, properties. I don't know what I clicked on. Yeah, this keeps going away. This is supposed to have a 2 in front of it. I wonder where it's getting this namespace from. Is it, maybe it's built into here somewhere? And maybe that's where it's getting this typo from? Or maybe the 2. So I assumed it was a typo, but I was also surprised that it would have a typo in that because I like, you know, I pay attention when there's important stuff. Or at least I try to. And I wonder if it's just like it doesn't like the 2 at the beginning. But that's been changed now. This has been saved, I think. And we were just looking at that the other day. So this is open. This is open. This looks right. We're on 8. Whatever that crap is. This has a space in it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what any of this crap is. You know, there's a place where you like pick your editor, which I think I only had to do one time and then it just knew. And or maybe I never needed to do it in the first place. Because I don't think any other project has ever asked me to pick an editor after like the first time I look for it. In Unity, you have to like go through and fuck with it. Maybe it just doesn't like the 2. Anyways, we didn't get any bugs, which is weird. Because last time I opened it, it imploded. Let's build it and see what happens. Yeah, I really like that turtle too. Oh, there we go. Now we got 19 of them though, not 17 of them. I don't even know. What does a constant look like in C#? C# constant. How do you? Because I used some of those in the all text thing, but I'm pretty sure I deleted that file when I switched to. Yeah, it's the same thing. When I switched to my Excel translation thing. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, we can click this. It's thinking, I think. It's thinking, I think. Doesn't seem like it's thinking. Let's do this. You know what? I'm going to look at something too. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could have just went to there. Come on. Come on, buddy. That's not what I want. I want to go to here. Go to here. Go. What am I looking for? Scouting equipment. I'm curious if I am. Well, these old projects. Oh, I need to update this. Yeah, so I have it on the git ignore. I guess I could have just looked on the git ignore. It's ignoring these two files, so it's not uploading those. So yes, definitely when if they were to download this project, they would get all these errors and shit. And I have no idea what this is because it doesn't tell you shit. This is the way they're talking about the thing. Dude, I heard that quotes don't do anything anymore in Google. This is GD script. Trying to think of a way to narrow it down. You know where you like cut something in half and then you cut that half in half and then you cut that half in half. How would we do that though? And it doesn't seem to affect anything. Script class can only be set together with base class name. It's like it thinks that something's wrong with like this. Let's look in their issues, because maybe this is a Godot issue, which started this whole problem. Base class. The other thing we can do to just test something is, this is what we'll do next. Okay, how did I get this to happen? This happened when I built it. So let's close this thing. I'm going to close this thing too. I don't know what that was. We're going to run. This is the joy of Godot, honestly. This is one of its main features. That's not what we want. Is that you can just roll back. And I mean, I'm not even going to roll back. I'm just going to put this somewhere. I'm going to put this in here and run this old version of Godot. And then open it in that and see if we get the same errors. I need a C# Godot master. That's what I need. Like I said, I knew that with the move and me slowly rolling backwards. Okay, so I don't think it did anything until I built it. I also don't have this Visual Studio open, so I don't know if that had anything to do with anything. Maybe it was when I played it. So now I'm not getting that error. So that seems to be related to. Oh, look, and this thing worked too. So something else is going on with Dev 7, it seems like. Huh. I wish I could smoke in my house. This is a perfect time for a cigarette. Uh, if you've never been a smoker, and smoking while you take a dump is like one of the best things ever. But no one can smoke inside anymore. No one smokes inside anymore. But man, so you gotta take a dump outside. No. All right, this is Dev 7. This is Dev 7. Let's open this up and see if we get those errors. And then if we do, we just won't use Dev 7. I won't have to update the README. Actually, I guess one of my friends still smokes inside his house. Whenever I go over there, it seems weird. And then Dev 7, we get all of these errors. Okay, let's do this one more time. This is Dev 5. So once again, when something like major like this happens in a development branch, I know it's a development branch, and you're supposed to be you're the tester. You're testing the development branch. But I think when something crazy like this happens, like something this major where it just starts throwing all sorts of errors, I feel like they shouldn't have released this dev version because it would be easy for them to test. Could have 5 different, because this is happening like pretty. Yeah, and I don't get it on Dev 5. And then when someone reports this, they should yank Dev 7 and say like, no, don't. They should have a big notice like, don't. If you downloaded this, it's trash. Because this is kind of like a huge thing. And I know that it's not really affecting anything, but here I am spending time trying to figure out what's going on. And I know we all have a lot of free time. And this is just a hobby for me, so it's not like the end of the world or anything. Because there was that other one where it wouldn't build C# things at all. That other dev version, I think it was Dev 3 or 2 or 4. It was just it was just some dev version. Uh, well, I don't see anything about that, but usually what happens is somebody who is somebody else reports there, and I've wanted to. So it's one of those things where I feel like I'm not knowledgeable enough about C# and about programming just in general to report the errors, because if I report an error, the people are just be like, hey, you dumb shit. The reason why it does that is because you're stupid. I mean, I don't think anyone would actually say that, but that's how I feel like they're going to respond, so then I don't do it. So, okay, we're staying on Dev 5. First things fixed. Now, these all seem to have also have solved themselves. But we can test this here by hitting play. Let's see if we only built. Let's see if we get those errors when we hit play. Fingers crossed, I guess. Okay, no errors there. So one of the things was we lost. Yeah, so that still happened. So these errors we do need to go through these and try to kind of figure out what is going on here. So these ones we can fix easy. What happened is, do you have imposter syndrome? I don't have that. Because I know, but I always hear about imposter syndrome at my work. Like, That's a common thing for people to say, like where they feel like they're not good at their job or that they should be fired or something. And some of them should be. Some of them should be fired, but there's a few people where I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, obviously, you know what you're doing. Um, but my job, so I'm the IT guy, but I'm the only IT guy, so it's not like I'm talking to other IT people. They're property managers, and we often say that property management is where people without college degrees go to die. Deep, intimate. I don't want to put you on the spot, but how old are you? When did you start programming? What's your mother's maiden name and credit card number? Button pressed. We just need to relink this shit. That's all we need to do. Let's see. And it's probably going to be under here. So let's take a look at this. Oh. What's this? Child? What is that? Is this bad? What is this? I've never seen this before. What is this thing? And every time is this bad? Child of a container gets there. So you've had like at least 10 years there of computer IT encounters. Let's see here. So you might be at that age too where they say that, and I don't believe this. I don't believe this actually with any age. You know how they like to group everyone like they're like boomers can never use computers. So the new thing that everyone says is that Gen Z, I guess, I never can keep up with who's Gen Z and all that. I think you're too old for Gen Z, but they don't know how to computers at all. And so like boomers are supposedly don't know any computers, and then Gen Z, and there's this our middle group where we have to hold everyone's hand. Okay, so we need to find what I called this thing. Millennial, yeah. So and then you got the millennial thing where they always say millennials are lazy or whatever. Okay, so I think this, yeah. So what we were doing is we were linking this here, and then we were passing in the speed, and then the speed hit the clock. It's weird that this is a static thing on the clock. I mean, it must be, or would we get a bug? Look, we're not getting any of our messages either. There's weird stuff going on here. So on pressed, we want to connect this to no. Yeah, sibling influence is definitely a thing. Oh, my sister's 3 years older than me, so we're pretty similar age. Much different people. So we want this to be. No wonder the link broke. Look, it's not here. Top bar control, change speed, int speed. Am I in the wrong script? Callback code won't be generated. We need this advanced thing open. We need to pass in an int. What am I on here? I don't know which one I clicked on. I'm going to assume we're on 0. Yeah, I think we're on 0. So we're going to add this. The argument's going to be 0. There it is. And then we got a bug. Remember I always just ignore these bugs? Wonder why it's saying this all of a sudden. Well, so I definitely still get nervous with like a lot of people who are good at C sharp appear and say, "Why aren't you doing this?" And I don't know. And I just feel not as an imposter, just like dumb shit, you know. Um, and I was talking to this other dude. I actually rated him the other day because I'm trying to raid more people. But he said he's a JavaScript guy, and he says because he usually streams video games, but he says he occasionally will do uh, JavaScript stuff. But he said the same thing, that he's worried it stresses him out. Like he can't, and this is a thing too. Like, as if people are watching you, it's hard to program because someone's watching you, and you know that like you're gonna look no matter. So look at this thing. What is this thing doing? Like, why it's doing it when I'm? Oh, you know why? Because this is in the background. My mouse is passing through. No, I don't think that's the case. Why is it giving me these warnings when I'm in the editor, man? That's so strange. I've never seen that before. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it though. I wouldn't worry about feeling like a fraud. I think it's just how it is. We're gonna just ignore that bug. This is the strangest thing because I've never seen it before. So now if we unpause this, we should be able to hit 0 and then it would pause it. So that worked. We just gotta update these all. These all. Uh, there we go. Then we're gonna do press. We're gonna go, no, not to source. We're gonna go here. We're gonna add an int, but this is gonna be a 1. And then we're gonna pick, and I'm gonna make sure that this thing works. No, that that happens to me too, and I can in in my brain while I'm being bitchy, my brain will be like, chill out, dude. Just take a deep breath. You're being a fucking dickhead. But sometimes, you just can't help it. That doesn't seem like that speed is 1. That seems really fast. Oh, I guess I'm looking at the seconds. Does that seem? No, it's slow. Okay, so then we're going to go to here. We don't have to test them all now. We'll test them after they're done. And then we'll go add. We're on 2. Then we're pick. Then we'll go to 4. Add 4. Pick 4. Whoops. Add 8. I have this fear too that and I have a little bit of data to back it up. I like to try to back up my wild statements with some data sometimes. But I also have this fear that Wind, how's it going? That Twitch is dying. Let's see here. Twitch viewer numbers. So I have this fear. So the thing with Twitch is that it has to constantly replace people who've stopped watching Twitch. Yeah, so see, look, it's slowly going down from 2021. And last time I looked at this, I felt like the number of channels was going up, though, like wildly. But that doesn't look like the case. Maybe I'm average concurrent. I'm using, yeah, my computer did survive the move, and it actually, everything worked without any issues whatsoever, except for my camera was sideways, and I just turned the camera, and it doesn't, it looks like it's sideways, though. Like it, I just put it on there sideways, I guess. But, the, is that like a saying, or you're actually, there is, the zoo is open, and the monkeys are roaming free? Or is that like a saying? Anyway, so back to this thing. I feel like Twitch constantly has to replace people who have just stopped watching Twitch, right? So they have to have like this constant try to bring new people into Twitch. And this is kind of like, I feel like I said, that it's kind of dying because it has competitors and there's people who are leaving. And I think that makes it harder for smaller channels to grow. And I wish there was like some way to look at the data of what the people who are watching, like, do they watch smaller channels? Do they watch larger channels? What is this thing? What is this big down? So 2020 was like the year of Twitch, it looks like. It was skyrocketing. So what happened in those, is that COVID? COVID happened there and everyone started watching Twitch. And then all these people who started watching it for COVID are leaving now. And one of the things I think for me, because of my hate of commercials, is that if I'm jumping around between channels to watch on Twitch, I get hit with a fucking commercial every channel I click on. It's a starting thing, and that drives me away from watching Twitch. There's all sorts of things. All right, we're gonna unpin this though, and we're gonna pin this because we're not using. Oh, you know what? Let's do this right. Did I finish what I was doing, or did I just get sidetracked yammering? All right, I finished that. I don't know what the fuck this thing is. When do you know what this thing is? Maybe I silenced it at some point? Child of a container. Like, when did this start happening? Oh, yeah, well, from my Amazon Prime, I had that for a while through my work, and I was using it on Twitch. What was I going to do? Oh, I'm going to close this. We're going to delete 7, because 7's the problem, we found out. We're going to go back to somewhere. The problem is 7. Godot. We're going to delete this. And then we're going to bring this. Actually, that's not going to do us any good. Bring this over here. Oh, it probably is. Let me delete that. Got to reopen it. Then I'll move out of the way here when it starts. This thing right here, that's the wrong direction. Oh, now all you can see is a drum set. But basically, here, I'll take a screenshot of it. Basically, well, can I make this bigger? It says, child of a container gets their position and size determined only by their parent. Why the fuck has it suddenly started telling me that? I did delete the .Godot folder. And it happens like as I move this mouse around on the, it seems to be like, yeah, like is that a bad thing? I feel like that's kind of part of how Godot works. Yeah, it's something, I don't know. It's strange. I can silence it, but All right, so we fixed this error. These 4 are gone. Let's test them though. You know, it looks like it's button up is what it doesn't like most of the time. That's what I used to use all the time was button up. I was patiently waiting. I've never seen it down at the bottom, and maybe I silenced this a long time ago, and that's why I don't remember it. It's kind of hard to tell between 2 and 4. I mean, I guess it's working, but all those are working, so we can delete this. So those are gone. It doesn't tell me which one it is either. It's weird. And like, where's it getting this? Like, it happens when I'm in the inspector. The game's not even running, and it's giving me shit about it. It's this thing. No? I don't know. How about just shut up? How about just shut up? All right, so let's go back to these other errors that on button click, some VBox, pop and idle buttons. Let's go over to this thing. Pop and idle buttons. That's going to be under the county info control. Pop and idle VBox container. So there's a VBox container that's this thing. And then we have, I think that this is probably one of those things. Yeah, so this one, oh, this has a thing that we were passing in. So it looks to me like all of the things that oh shit. Just the whole place, I'll knock over my desk here. Everything we passed in something, it seems like that broke. But I do know that it was complaining, which is not anymore, that I had a bunch of these name the same thing. So let's rename this to pop and idle on button clicked. That's not even what I'm calling that now though. Pressed button pressed. Then we'll relink this. They both do the same thing. The fuck is this? What is this? Pop? What did I call those other ones real quick? I think I did button press. I think I did on button press. Let's see. I want them consistent. Not that consistent though. Like this one needs to be, this is the research. Because it was complaining and it stopped complaining for some reason. Right here. What does this do? I'm sitting here in thought because I think this was an idea that I never like finished. I think what this is trying was so you could look at the visitor list, but that doesn't work. That's never worked. Like the list of people visiting. Well, right now it doesn't do anything. So this one shouldn't, yeah, so this is the visitors. How would we have even tested that? This would have gone over here. Well, this doesn't work. I think what we were doing is we had this so that you could click on this. Let's look with this. Why am I setting a global? population list margin container show. Why did I do any of my code the way I've done it? Population list is, I don't know. I think it's old. Like maybe this is the best way I could come up with like at the time. It would be opening this thing. And so on visibility changed, if its visitor list equals false, it generates the population. I don't even remember doing this at all. I didn't remember that you could look at the visitors. And this shows the visiting here list. All right. I mean, that's fine, I guess. So let's relink this. Whoops. Let's relink this thing. Well, open lizard list, visitor, turtles and lizards, visitor, if it's supposed to, like if you click on this, it's supposed to show and it's also supposed to show the visiting heroes if the AI were to move. They can't right now, but I don't remember them being able to, but I also don't remember this visitor list working. But I guess, the signal is busted, but we'll fix the signal. But I don't remember making that, but all right. And I guess it's fine. Like it works with this bool being passed. It feels like we should be passing the bool to, but I did it on visibility change. That's what it used to complain about all the time, actually, was on visibility change. That was the one it was just like, stop doing that. Because I like all my scripts have on visibility change instead of on visibility change of the population list or whatever. All right, where's this button? So this button needs to have on pressed, and I was using button up for a long time. Will this help us? Yes. And then we're gonna advanced, we need to pass in a bool, it looks like. And this is gonna be false. And then we're gonna pick. And then we're going to connect that. And then on this, I guess we're doing, no, bool, add, true, go to source. It's up here. The source is up here. Pick. And then connect. And then let's see if this does what I think it does. I totally don't remember that at all. Maybe it worked really well. Because we were talking about that yesterday. Like if it's a pain in my ass, I'll remember it. Okay, so we got our people. We got to move somebody over here. Speed this up. And then we have Mary Butler visiting. I mean, that works. I mean, I don't know why I did it that way, but it works, and we'll leave it that way because I don't want to fix it. I just want to fix these bugs. So here's 2 more. It seems like it's button up also they were passing stuff. So what is this? Recruit hero confirmation panel. That's going to be under population description, which is here. I like this note I left myself. What the fuck is this? Yeah, what is this? So we have a button on here. What exactly does this say? It says recruit hero confirmation panel container dot CS. I think that's a different spot. I think I have a It should be like right here, but I don't see it. Is it down at the bottom? Here we go. The problem is with leaving notes to myself, like, what the fuck is this? Is I'm never going to figure out, I'm just going to move on. And now I understand when data miners find all this stuff in AAA games. If someone they wanted to go back and clean up that shit. So here's another thing on visibility change. It's not complaining anymore, though. Oh, you know what we also could do is that. Uh, I bet you that too is a Godot bug, or that two thing where I keep having to update this and add that two in the default space. I bet you what is happening with that is when you like they convert spaces and stuff to URLs like this up here, percentage 3 and all that stuff. I bet you something 2 percentile is like a space or some shit. So when the thing that's parsing to get to automatically find that thing, it's hitting that 2 and then it skips it because it's actually looking for the next thing. I bet you that's what's happening. And that's why it always has that wrong every time I recreate that thing and I have to go back in and change it. I totally bet that's it. Where I work used to have an ampersand in their company name, and it was just total chaos on the internet. The internet just didn't know how to handle it, and we would warn people, like when you got a new vendor, you'd be like, "Don't put the ampersand in there," and they'd be like, "No, it's fine," and absolute chaos. Uh, for everything that you did would be broken, and then they would finally like go to their web guy. Their web guy said that the problem is the ampersand in your name. Yeah, we know. We told you. Don't put the ampersand. Anyways, what the hell am I doing here? This thing has this problem. I'm going to take a quick break. That's perfect. I'm going to pause my music that you guys can't hear. And, uh, and I'm going to put up my break timer. If I can find it. Everything. Just chaos. All right. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Trying to get my friend who helped me move some shit yesterday brought a scratchy thing for my cat, and trying to get him to use it by demonstrating it. I go and scratch it. You can't see my hand. Go and scratch it. He doesn't care. All right. Next, we're gonna try to get through these. Button up is not connected. The panel container open. So we're gonna I wonder which one of these has the problem though. We have a yes button and we have a no button. So, I guess we can just look at the yes button. These are linked. Open confirmation. Wait. Open confirmation panel. Isn't this the confirmation panel? Okay, it's talking about what gets to here. So there's a button here that's here. This is the one that needs I think recruit army button is going to go to recruit hero. That's a different thing. How do I even recruit a hero? I don't remember. Where you click on a I think it's under population description button. Yeah, I know it is. I mean, not button, panel. So you go in here, you go to here, you click on one of these guys, and you have these two buttons. Oh, look, we got a debug. No time has passed. What are you talking about? Bring this over here. You know what? Let's not worry about this, but I think this is it's a different issue that we'll figure out at some point here. All right. Yeah, this weird flashing thing too. I don't want to be on the dev version of things, but I really wanted that one thing, and the fillable dictionary thing and the inspector. So this one needs to be recruit army. Does it know? Yeah, neither one of these are working. So if we go recruit army button, it would have been on, I had button up, but we're going to use pressed. It's going to go to this recruit hero confirmation, and it looks like this, all that's in here is an H box with yes or no. Zimp, how's it going? So this, and then this signal, somehow it knows, I guess. We can close this crap. Well, we'll get back to it. Somehow it knows which is which. Why did I do it that way? Open confirmation panel. So you click the yes, the army recruit button. Oh, and I pass in a bool. Okay, all right. That makes sense why these things are breaking. It's everything that I passed in something is broken. So you click either one of those buttons. Let's start with this one. You press, go to source. There's 60,000 things in here. And then we need to add, was that a bool? Yep, that was a bool. And what does it want? Army recruited, and I'm doing, so this is gonna be on. And then we're gonna pick from here. Nope, we're not gonna pick from there. Go to source, yeah, we're gonna pick from here. Nope. There's a script on there. What is this? Can I open this script by clicking on it? No. Can I hover over it and it will tell me its name? No. I can't click over here. All right, back we go. What is this thing? Oh, this is that. This is the what the fuck is this? Yeah, what is this? Why is that exist? Okay, so we have a script called the recruit button. And then this is a lot of stuff here. Okay, so it's none of that stuff. How the hell is it? Oh, maybe we were linking it down to this. Okay. Why would I do it that way? Because that one thing, there was a lot of things there. There was a lot of scripts on that thing, or a lot of code on that script. So it's linking to here, but this is way down. I think you know what we can do. What we can do is cut this. This is not part of the plan, but we'll fix this. Like I said, if I don't fix it now, it's never going to get fixed. Where was that thing? That weird one. It's right here. And then we put in here. See, I like started to do it. And then I stopped. Then we're going to go to here. And I think this goes here. This goes here. We're going to open, or we're going to show the confirmation panel. And then this is probably private. No, it doesn't. What are we doing with this? This should be a script, actually. And what we can do, what is this thing called? Recruit hero container. Yeah, recruit. So this is, and you know what? I bet you I didn't know that remember I was, remember you guys remember 2 years ago? Okay. So a long time ago, I didn't understand that, like I knew you could pass the script in, but I didn't understand why certain things happen when you pass the script and other things where you had to pass in that it was a button or a panel container or whatever. And then Chad explained it to me one day. And now I know. So I'm betting, because this is a long time ago. Look at that beautiful, really long thing. This is probably private. Yeah. So, Joker, how's it going? I have a question for you. Maybe. No, it does. You guys are always helpful. Okay, not always, but you guys are sometimes helpful. We can get rid of this. What the fuck is this? Oh, you know, I fixed it. My question is gone. I had this error happening in Dev 7, and so I just rolled back to Dev 5, but it didn't make any sense to me, and you're a GD script guy. I guess I could have asked Win, too. He also knows GD script. Let's fix this, though. Can I just click over to here? Let me public. How's it, just in case no one knows, like just in case some of you don't, Joker does tutorials for Godot. How are the tutorials going? So we're gonna pass this in. We're gonna put this over to here. I don't think I need this. I'm gonna get rid of this permanently. And then we're gonna save this. I don't like that this is called recruit button. Why don't we call this recruit hero button? And then we're gonna save this again. And we're gonna go, did I copy this word? I mean, I know this is more than one. Then we're gonna close this. Then we're gonna go back to here. We're going to find that script. Wherever the fuck it is. Where are you? Days off. Are you allowed to take days off? UI. Recruit button. Okay. Then we're going to do pressed here. And this is right, where this should say, we're going to say yes. And we're going to pick. We're going to go, no, we're going to go to source, and we're going to pick, you piece of shit. Why don't you like this? Recruit. Oh, I got to reopen it. Cancel. I deleted my .godot folder, and when I reopened it, I got all these errors. This is the other error. I got all these errors, so I'm going through and fixing when I recreated it. Oh, I gotta do recruit hero button. I gotta do okay, so that's right. My top 10 video games that I streamed. Maybe I need to build it. My top 10 video games that I streamed in 2024. Last year I did it like in the middle of December, and now December's almost over and I haven't even done it. Okay, so this thing is busted because I renamed it. So we need to put this thing in there. And we gotta now go to source, add the bool, turn it on, pick, connect. Right, exactly. I got 2 more days or something. And then we gotta do the same thing with this. Oh, maybe I was having an issue dragging that over. I don't know why I did it that way. Then on the right side, we should have another thing. And then drag this over. Where'd it go? And then connect this signal. Add, this should be off. Go to source, pick, connect. Yeah, shut up. Shut up, bugs. Maybe it's that. Maybe every one of those bugs when I deleted the .godot folder, all those things that I just ignored broke. Oh, we didn't get that error. Oh, we get it here is where we're getting that error. Oh, maybe I renamed something. I don't know. Recruit an army. Are you sure you want to recruit Scott Gonzalez? Yeah. And he's an army leader now. This didn't go away, though, when I clicked that yes. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I think this is the ones we just fixed. Yes. These are the same errors. This is some new thing we'll just ignore for now. I don't know what those are, but we'll get to them. Man, so I had to clear out my room, my bathroom, and I have this like second room that I just use for junk that I'm going to turn into a library because I'm a fucking dork and I have a bunch of sci-fi books. And so I had to clear that room out too. And it was so laundry made me think of this. Is like I didn't even know where to put my clean clothes. I was like walking around, where does this shit go? So like now I'm just hanging out in my basement, and then like half of my living room is sleeping on my couch. It's kind of fun having like a little bit of craziness. All right, let's hit these errors up and figure out what they are, because I think they're all related to these other changes. But we're gonna hit them one at a time here. So it's when we go into here that we get this first one. I mean, I guess fail to get property choices button from node. Well, let's look at this, I guess. Population row button. Fail to get property skill label from population row button. What? That's like a scene. hopefully you like red wine. So this should be, I might have it, it might be in the UI scenes. UI scenes. Population row button. So what's your major malfunction here? You had a issue getting a property? Yeah. So it's missing some, like some of these died somehow? It said skill label though. Fail to get property skill label from population. You get used to. I'm not a big wine drinker at all ever, and I have gotten drunk on wine in the past, and like you said, you just get used to it. So we got rid of this stuff. We don't, their next activity and things, let's go back over here. Yeah, we just have activity now. We don't use these other ones. This next. And I don't even think we're using this current where button, but oh, we might be. You know what we might be doing that with that is when we make the those might be two labels. Let's look. Current activity. No, it looks like, yeah, we don't use the where one either. So how I was doing it, I think I had two labels that I was smushing together. You know, I went with my sister when she got married to, was that in Oregon or California though? Can't remember. I think it was in Oregon. I don't know, but I went with those. I went to like a wine tasting thing with her and the rest of my family. It was pretty fucking gross, honestly. And we were like, no one else was there. It was quite strange. And we went to a bunch of them. And it just, I think by the time you're done, you're supposed to just be drunk driving between them. I think you're just supposed to be on a rampage, you know, on the Oregon Trail. That I don't know if that is that would be a good thing. Fail to get properties skill labels from node. So why don't you like this? Here's the skill labels. What is this other, the next area down? Okay, so that's a different thing. This is an array. I'm betting that something busted with this array. So I wonder what is in the .godot thing. Like what's inside there? What's it storing? Open it? I don't want to. I'm scared. Project. It's going to be filled with crap. Like, what is this stuff, though? Translation folder. Like, why did this... Here, look at this. What's this thing? I'm going to open it. Oh, this looks good. I don't know. What is it? It looks like this has some sort of layout. It has weird stuff in here. But it remembered my other things that I put in, the other changes that I put in Because that was the first thing I checked. Yeah, like it remembered all of these changes. Even it's weird. Uh, what was I doing? So it doesn't like this for some reason, or it didn't like it. They all look like they're there, though. Do we have 10 of them? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Can I just select them all? I can't count to 10 is the problem. Does it tell me somewhere how many I've selected? 10. There we go. I wonder if I should drag them all back over. Let's do it. Let's delete them all. And then we'll drag them back over. And then we'll check the other one. Construction, cool, farm, fish, labor, lumberjack, production, research, rifle, and scavenge. Save. All right, so we can't tell if we fix that until we delete this thing again. But so we'll take that off the list. Nodes to hide from the hider node. The hider node doesn't work. It was an idea that I had. Well, actually, chat had the idea, and then I tried to make it work. It didn't work. Yeah, there's nothing even in here. We probably could just delete this node. There we go. Population skill. Wait. What did I just delete then? Oh, it has this a bunch of 2 different times. What does it mean when it says property? We'll get this out of here. Hider node's gone too. Population description. Failed to get from population description control panel. So, not control panel, just population description panel. What I was trying to do with that hider node was have it hide all of the nodes that were when you run it, but it doesn't work. It doesn't happen fast enough. So if I accidentally left this open, it would hide it, but it doesn't happen fast enough. I tried. So what is your problem? You have something called skill labels as well. I don't see an array. Oh, this array is blank. So this is probably the one that had the problem. And the other one that we need to add in. I don't know how many are here. Should be 10, right? Looks like 10. Yeah, this is probably the one that had the problem. Let's keep going here. Well, one day. Get all of these fixed. Yeah, I would bet that that I misunderstood the problem on the other one. Production, motherfucker. Research, I guess I could just click assign as well. Rifle. Okay. Look at all these things. Invalid cast. I'm unable to cast type of as Godot label. What do you want in here, man? Why don't you like that? So that one we're gonna hope is fixed. And then we have choices button. It doesn't like arrays is what it seems to be. It doesn't like arrays and it doesn't like when I pass stuff. This is under the story event control. We could probably have some array in here. Here's the array that's busted. Well, we gotta add, let go. 4 of them, it looks like. Yeah, top one's always accept, bottom one is always decline. Then we have these other options. Okay, save that. So then let's do this. This is what we're going to do. Because I still don't know what its problem is with these ones. And we should probably also run the map editor. Let's just run this for a second here and see what happens. No, I don't think it matters, actually. I guess we can click on this. Are we still going to get that bug? Yeah, that bug solved itself because it was that array was the problem. The array imploded. All right, let's do this. Projects, 2D 4X. We'll delete this. No, we'll call this one old. And then we're going to rename this one to old. And then we're going to start. Hey, I thought I pinned this down there. And then we're going to start this up. Pure destruction. And then we're going to copy all the errors we get when it recreates this Godot thing. I wonder if it's going to blow up all those things we just fixed. Where did I see that good list of it? So I think what happens, this is less. Yeah, so what happens is all of the things that we put the advanced signal where it's passing a variable in break when you delete the .godot folder. And then, so those are, I'm just going to roll it. I'm just going to delete our .godot folder and put rename the old one. Except for these two things, I don't understand how to fix that. And maybe it's fixed now. And then we'll open this up. I sometimes feel like a professional Godot user would be screaming and saying, "Don't do that! Don't delete that folder! What are you, insane?" You don't mess with that folder. There's a reason it's hidden. Why do you even have view hidden items? Turn that shit off. I actually do that at my work. When I see people who have turned on view hidden items, I go in and just, nope, you don't get to see that stuff because oh my god, you don't even know. All right, so I think that this is gonna be fine. I don't know about that. I assume this is doing something. Let's fire up the map editor here. At least they have it. They have full admin stuff. It was a they can't figure. So there's this weird security. So in my job, you gotta like balance security and use and whatnot. But there's also this security. I don't know what to call it. Security's philosophy, where the security is that the user is just too dumb to figure it out. And I don't like that security philosophy, because what happens if What happens if they learn how to Google, you know? So, yeah, I think it's a weird. And so yeah, they all have PowerShell. They could go to town and do whatever they wanted, and they would ruin their computers, and then I'd have to fix it. But I mean, that does keep me employed. What was I going to do? Run the map editor. So let's see what we've done here. We haven't run the map editor in a long time, and I can't even remember how to run it. We'll just open it because I remember how to do it over here. Open. Play this scene. Yeah, there's a lot of, and one of the security things that I was talking to someone, oh, look at all these bugs, recently was, let's worry about it when it happens, which I also don't think that's the best security thing. All right, so we're done with this. I hope that compiling thing, but what are these? The input action wheel does not exist. Oh, okay, so that's because, let's look at this. That's easy to fix. That person who put in a PR, I changed some things to adjust. Look, we have 4,000 changes again. He changed some stuff and I changed some stuff to adjust, and I just haven't run this since then. And so there should be some player controls. Maybe I stuck it on this camera body thing. I don't remember doing that. Yeah, he renamed some of these, which I actually was like, I'm kind of with your renaming of things there. So I just got to rename these. So zoom in should be camera. That was weird. Camera zoom in, and this one should be camera zoom out. Now I'm changing my mind that I want it the other way, but whatever. This does it. Oh my God, it's like going so slow. Is my stream all fucked up? Oh, it's ground itself to a halt. My stream seems fine, but Godot has collapsed. I can't, it's dead. It's completely dead. Did it save my, well, who would know? We have had, oh, it's because I have this open. I can't move that though. Okay, it's because I had this open. Okay, well, it doesn't make a little ding noise, which is probably better. What was I doing? I guess we'll just run this again. And I haven't looked at this in a long time. I was thinking a bunch about how it's weird that it doesn't, yeah, I was going to say it's weird that it doesn't give us an error about the WASP stuff too, because I think that got renamed. Down, input map down. Do you mean UI down? No. Where are you getting this down stuff? Oh, right here. What do we call that? Move camera left, move camera right. Move camera, whoops, move. It's kind of a pain when you have different resolutions on different monitors. I've had my second monitor for 100 years here, and I cannot believe the thing still works. But it's a different resolution. It's not as nice of a resolution as my left left monitor. And so when I drag things over to it, you guys can't see this, but it's quite strange. And then we'll camera move down. Okay, so all I did was just change that to match. We'll close this. We'll play this. And nope. Okay, so we have a bunch of country. Yeah, does this just stay here forever? I guess it does. We can click on these, but they don't do anything, which I think is correct. I think this is working now. I could delete all the counties. Let's delete all the counties. What do we got in here? Oh, look at how old this is. I'm going to rename this and see what happens. And then I'm just going to delete it if we don't get any errors. Let's actually put a note on what. See, I hate that. I hate what just happened there. I pushed F2 when I was selected on that, and it jumps to the top. Delete by Feb. There we go. And then we'll know. Then we're going to rename this to old. And I think, though, well, let's see what happens. I think it needs to have the folder in there. But let's see what happens if it doesn't have the folder. Because I can't remember. Directory is missing. It actually tells us that. So can I create the directory? Why don't you create the directory for me? All right. Do we have a note in here? I'm gonna put a note in this that, like, if the directory is missing, have it just create the directory. I mean, I could make it do that right now, I suppose, but we're not going to. We're in chaos mode here. Map editor. If the county's directory is missing, then have the map editor create it. Turn this into an issue. We're gonna have like a bunch of fun stuff in the map editor one day. What if we click generate counties? So that's done, but what is it? How is it going to be able to save it without that thing in there? Doesn't look like it. Let's close this. And then it's nice that I put an error thing in there. I haven't recreated these counties in forever, so it's probably an extremely good idea. No files in county. So then we're going to generate the county. And there they are. Then we're going to save them. I saw something move. Okay, there we go. All counties have been saved. Oh, we had a button for delete counties, and I didn't test it. All right, so all of this counties have been saved. Let's see what happens when we restart, because sometimes you get other errors because the counties are old, because I've changed things. But I think we haven't run into that for a while. And the whole reason we started this chaos was because of this bug that we're gonna get right there. This bug, which I cannot figure out. So we've already fixed all those other things. You know what, though? That means we need to update the we need to remove the .godot file from the git ignore. Because otherwise, everyone who downloads this is going to get a bug for all of those things we just fixed will happen to every person. So the git ignore needs to have the that removed. We need to have the .godot file has to go up. Yeah. Hmm. All right though. Now let's look at this bug with fresh eyes here. I still have some coffee left. I ate half a chocolate pie yesterday. And now I'm thinking about the last of the chocolate pie, the other half of it. All right, Hallmaster. Hallmaster, where you at? 31. For some reason, county stockpile goods has an issue. It's 31, right? Yeah, 31. The key was not given in the county stockpile goods. So it is croaking out here, but it seems to be that this is working in other spots. So let's put this just to double check here. We're using county goods. Let's put this. What the fuck, man? Everything is so slow. Let's save this. Let's push all these changes. We have 5,000 changes. I can't even click on that shit. It's so slow. Did some fixed the .godot removal issues, sort of. I'm going to commit all these. I think that's because we have so many of these. I barely maintain a star sector mod folder, and you get like 25,000 files when I do all the updates to it. And holy shit, Visual Studio grinds to a halt when I'm doing that. And that's just copying and pasting. I'm not actually editing any things. And every time I stream Star Sector, which I do like once a year these days, I go through and update all the mods. And it's like kind of an intensive process. All right. So I'm hoping that this will now run a little better. So let's run the game again. Run the game. And duplicate our problem. Which should happen, at 3 a.m. or something. Okay, so this is now at 24. So what is happening with this county stockpile goods? Aren't you supposed to have been created by now? Like, we use this a bunch. Gather stockpile goods. Why is this all commented out? Because we have that there. Let's get rid of this. That too. Um, Is it happening because this is happening before the gathering of the stockpile of goods? I wonder if that's the case. I thought, though, copy stockpile goods, I thought we were doing that might be the case. So what is the order that this shit's doing? Let's see here. That's under the hall master. 31. What are you doing? Your or 24. This is in the gathering the stockpile of goods. And this is by county good type, which we're doing right here. And we're getting this from the unique key. So we need to, where is this thing? We used to have a thing that county stockpile goods. It was, there's probably, sometimes I go, oh, why is this? And I change it. And I don't know why I keep doing that because it just causes all sorts of issues later. This is under county improvement data. Copy stockpile goods. But there was another spot where we were doing this. I thought this is by good type. This is different than this other one because this is a good data that they're copying, and this is by good type, which is an enum. Copy these things. When was this happening? This was happening at, I mean, it's happening right here, but we also had it happening somewhere else when the county improvement was being completed. And these need to be unique. We have to do a copy of a copy to make this copy unique. This has to be unique. Maybe I commented something out temporarily to check something in, and then I forgot to uncomment it out. And that's so it copies the county improvements, which should do this, but it doesn't work right. And it's probably because of the input goods. Because remember, yesterday I was like, this is gonna fuck so. What's this? Oh yeah, we didn't need this. I was like, we're gonna be copying the wrong thing. Copy unique input goods. This is what I was just looking at. Deduct. This needs to be from the unique input goods. Though these input goods are the first input goods are just for the initial player crap. Check enough goods. This needs to be unique. See, I knew this was gonna fuck me. I knew it. I knew I was setting myself up for failure there. I don't know what the hell that is though. I don't think that solved the problem, but that is something that we needed to fix. And hopefully I didn't make things worse. But we need it from the unique one. There's got to be a better way to do it than the way I'm doing it. I wonder if there's anything in there. So the hall master, let's make sure that that's not like a typo. 24. Am I in the hall master? No. 24. Yeah, this is by enum. County good type. So that is definitely a thing that is happening. Once again, I'm going to put this in here. I don't think this solved anything last time, but I just want to check it again because it's weird that I'm doing it that way. I guess I say that a lot, that it's weird that I'm doing shit certain ways. Oh, look, we did lose like some frames and stuff. Not that you guys look, you guys, at this thing you can't see. It's when it completes this thing. Well, I guess it isn't. It's when it, yeah, same thing. The county stockpile goods. Let's do this. We can do this here. GD print. County stockpile goods count, and then we're just put the count on here. County improvements. And then we'll put this, because the county improvements, I wonder if like something's croaking and it's not, we're not getting an error from the croakage. And then what's happening is that when it's stopping other things from happening because we're not getting the error. And then there's our error. Okay, so the good count, what is that? What? The good count is nothing? Oh, what did I do here? Well, why are those in squigs? Do I have some squigs that are in? No. Do I have some squigs messed up? County improvements. I thought this was like some error. It's like some weird thing coming off the side. It is not. Just a background thing. I'm going to take a break in a second here. I might have to call an early day too because of all the destruction in my house. I got to prepare for the destruction. For the destructor, that's the person who's coming to fix things or to do the work. Yeah, so there's 0 in there. So this, whenever this is happening, it's not happening in the right place. So let's go through my logic of how this happens. The county improvement gets completed being built, which is something completed. I think it just completes. Complete research is the original thought of where, but I don't think that's where that is. It's under like complete. Complete improvement or something. Yeah, I use the word complete a lot. Set county improvement complete. Did I take something out of here? Can I look back to last week's? I guess my repository is right there. I've never tried to do this. Can I look back to like some sort of commit from last week? This would have been. Can I look at this? Committed yesterday. Last week is this one. How do I look at this? Evan, how's it going? And thank you. Do I ever do any business? No, you know, so this is, I have thought about it a lot. doing like some tutorials or something. But the thing is, I don't think I know enough to do a tutorial that is um, any good. Like, I think I might pass on bad information because I still look at all these changes. This shouldn't have been all. I don't know what I'm looking at here because this is the one I committed yesterday. Oh, it was still thinking. Get out of here. So I feel like I would be thinking that I know how something works, and then I wouldn't. I would be wrong, if that makes sense. Like I would be like, oh, this means this and this does that, and then it would turn out that I would just be passing on bad information. Uh, so my advice to getting, if you want to make video games, is just start. That's honestly the thing to do, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of, not everyone agrees with that opinion, but I think just starting is the key, and keep your first project. Like it's insane that I'm trying to make a 2D 4X with my knowledge. Like that, don't do that. Don't do what I do. Um, it's let's try to get back in here real quick. But like have your first project really simple, and I have other much simpler projects, and what ends up happening is that the simple projects are almost more. I can like accomplish more. I think so. This is the one I want to look at. Okay, all right, here we go. So the simple projects, I feel like sometimes I get demoralized working on this one because it's so insane, and like I run into bugs where it's 3 hours of me just fucking around with the same bug. Um, but when I originally started, I tried to do like a 3D gladiator game in Unity, and the 3D stuff is so fucking hard, man. With all the animations, like if you're into animations and stuff, it probably wouldn't be that hard, but it was like tedious, confusing, and so I kept lowering what I was trying to do. Even though like that game, if the 3D part wasn't so hard, would have been simpler than this game. So like then I went to like a 2D one and et cetera, like simpler and simpler. And I think that's the key. Just like start. Do you have any like video game ideas or anything? So what was I trying to find here? I was trying to see if I changed, not the hall master, county improvement data. Really? It would be in that switch is what I'm looking for. Oh, we only did a few changes over here? Oh, well, so if you already know like 3D modeling, then man, you would have like such a step up on my on my not zero knowledge. So that might not be that hard for you to so like just the animation parts was like, so I was able to like find animations and stuff to use, but it was just so hard for me to like, I don't even know the terminology. Um, but yeah, just start. That's what I would do, especially if you are good at Blender, because then you can use your existing skill set. The thing that was getting me too was, so back to this gladiator game idea. Like I wanted to, when the person hit somebody with a weapon, the other person would react to that, right? And um, I could get that to work, but it didn't look very good. And then I started paying attention to more other games, just because so basically I started looking at other games and I was like, wow, I'm holding myself to like a ridiculous standard where no other game except for like AAA titles looks really good when when one person hits another one. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is like, also don't hold yourself to these ridiculous standards, and look at other games to see if other people even are doing what you're trying to do. I don't see any changes in this Switch from last week. Yeah, man, you should just go for it. And do you know any programming? You can come in my Discord too, and I can try to help you if I can. I don't know any GD script really. I can try though. C sharp is what I'm using for this Godot. Yeah, I got a bazillion of them. They're really, and I started on Unity. I think Godot's better, and there's a better community for Godot. Unity community is kind of a bunch of jerks, but also um, the there are less tutorials for Godot than Unity, but there's like Joker. He actually was in chat earlier. He does tutorials, and it's like you could probably ask him for something, and he would do a tutorial for that. But like, I don't feel like Unity is that way. The community is kind of hostile. Yeah, I don't see any messing with this switch. Oh, this is when I rename that thing. But that wouldn't have an effect on what we're talking about here. I wonder what I did. So this was one thing. Well, wait, you know what we could do? Let's say that this is passing. Well, no, we know it's putting through something because we can look up here. Well, I moved it, but it was saying the thing. Uh, it was saying these other things, so they would also, we would know that this is an actual, it does have something in there. So the stockpile goods is just not working. Where was that shit? Um, so when this is set to standard, um, am I missing something in here? No. I mean, maybe, but not the things I would think would affect this. Let's get rid of this thing before I want to use it for something. So is this all we do when we set a county improvement complete? That can't be right. We have to move it from to the other list too. And then I'm going to take a break. Yeah, I thought about doing like a hello world tutorial a bunch of times. But once again, I feel like I might be passing on bad information, which is not, that a lot of times that doesn't hold people back from doing it. I've had this discussion with chat a bunch of times where I'll complain about some tutorial. I'll be like, this tutorial sucked. And the person will like somebody in chat will watch the tutorial and they'll be like, yeah, that's because the person doesn't actually know, you know, what they're doing. Uh, they just want, because tutorials get hits. So here we are, we set. So what is this? Check if county improvement. Okay, so this is the spot. I wonder if I did remove. I remember looking at this yesterday or the day before last week. I think this is going to fuck everything up. Well, why? Why pass self? Why? All right, let me get to go take a break, and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me stop my music you guys can't hear, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. I was reminded when I was Jesus Christ. So I walked over when I came downstairs. I walked over to my other computer because I'm in a state of disarray, and I was like, "Why is my computer asleep? Should be streaming." And I was like, "Wait, I'm walked to the wrong computer. What is this other computer doing over here?" Then I have like the streamer buttons on my other computer for streaming. It's like, where are the button? Whatever. But when I was outside, I was thinking I saw this Reddit sub, post on like the computer science jobs subreddit. I forget what it's called, CS something. And it was like, my dad wants to learn how to make video games or websites or something, and he's 50. And everyone was like, "Fuck it, he can't learn. He's too old. Fuck him. They'll just discriminate again. He'll never get a job. Fuck that guy." And I was just like, man. And then the guy who he was talking, the son was like, well, he just wants to do it as a hobby, not a job. And everyone still was just like, "No, he can't learn. He's too old. He's too old." And I was shocked that, and I almost like, I don't log into Reddit. I just look at it unlogged in. Um, and I almost like logged in to just say like, dude, yes, he can learn how to do that. Like, it's not that hard. I think that's the thing. It's intimidating. Coding is intimidating, but I don't actually think it's that hard. It's mostly basic math. And if you don't know the math, you can look it up. There's Stack Overflow. You can ask ChatGPT too, and the ChatGPT is only like 70% right. Um, so I think this is not. I think we need another line in here. Check if improvement is done. How are we checking if this is done? Okay, so if the construction is done, now I don't know where I was. This is where was that? Um, that's a different thing. I was like, what is this? We're finally getting some messages down here. There's like that whole like old dogs can't learn new tricks, and I just don't believe it. And it's just like, then you just gotta learn the syntax. I mean, I'm not that great of a programmer, obviously, but okay, so we blow away all the people. And then we set this, because they would be doing construction at that point. The population would be on this list because they would be doing construction. So then it sets it to, so this was working up to this point, so I'm going to take that out. I wonder if I took something out of here. This is under county data. I wonder if I can look here. Large differentials. Where was this? Huh. We only had that. Wait, what? Oh, because we renamed the county data thing. So I think it's got to be in this. That we need one more thing where we copy over the stockpile goods. Yeah, we need to copy over the stockpile goods. I wonder if I deleted it thinking I was deleting something else. Maybe it's under gather stockpile goods though. No, see, this is already assuming that this dictionary is right. This gathering, which makes sense because the hall master is supposed to haul this stuff in there. I think I must have deleted something. Who the fuck knows? Maybe I was like in the middle of moving it and I had it on my clipboard and just forgot about it or something. Stockpiled. We had a thing somewhere because I remember it saying equals. Deduct stockpile goods. What is this? Garbage. This can go. We have another one of these. Generate stockpile goods dictionary. Here it is. Where is this thing? Add county improvement to all county improvements. Generates the stockpile goods. But this is getting it from the wrong list. Oh no, I just updated this to the unique one. And this equals 0. We're setting these all to 0. So let's think about this. This is when all county improvements are added. It gets this stockpile goods dictionary. It's generated. But this obviously isn't working. The reason this isn't working... No, this should be firing at the beginning. When we run the game... So this has a checkbox on it. Let's look. Not there. Not there at all, but not there either. Fisher's Shed should have... No, it's actually under the research. So basic production should have a check. Yeah, this checkbox, research at start. Research at start should go through and create this, but it's not. Probably because the unique items doesn't exist at that time. So it's doing this, but the unique input items are getting created at another time. So if we put this back to input goods, though, I don't think that's going to work. But let's see what happens. Did I save that shit? Yes. Man, I'm stressing about all this. So the guy who's actually doing the construction of my house is coming at 2 o'clock today. And so it's only 12:15, but I'm already stressing on it. I'm a big, I have to be on time at all times. And so I would start to worry about being on time days ahead of time. Okay, so that was the problem. All right, let's put a summary in here. This has to generate the stockpiled goods from the developer created input goods list. The input goods list is later copied to the unique list because it has to be. We have another issue that's going to happen here. So if they put use remnants aren't on the stockpiled list. If the player selects use remnants, then the... Oh shit, what happens if we have two items that can use remnants. If the player selects use rooms, then this will break. There we go. I think. Then we can test it right now. It should happen in the next day. It didn't happen. Why didn't it happen? Look at all this food we're making. What's going on with this food? That's a lot of food. Oh, it's because we start out with 100 of each. Oh, and they made a fixture shed, so they're generating food too. Maybe we haven't put this in yet. The part where they actually use the remnants. No, we didn't. We didn't do that yet. So let's think about this as well. Because I think we do need to have different... How the fuck are we going to do that? So the thing is, like, there'd be, like, if you're using remnants, it needs to stockpile more remnants per remnant. Wow. This is going to be... let's say scouting equipment would be a good example. So if we had, what do we currently have in our input goods for scouting? Wood or something stupid? Fish. we have fish. You gotta have fish to make scouting equipment. But let's say you were gonna use, like, we had this set up for real, and it took glass, paper, steel. Let's say I had those three things. All three of those are replaceable by remnants. So it needs to stockpile remnants for all three of those things. It doesn't need to keep track of the different ones, but it needs to stockpile 3 times the amount of remnants. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to put a note in, and then I'm going to call it a day here. Like I said, I'm stressing about getting... I kind of want to take a nap, too. I don't know how I'm going to pull that off. On my couch. Okay, so let's put this in here. If a county improvement has multiple goods that can be replaced by replaced by remnants, then the gathering of stockpiled goods, you know what we could do is always have remnants in that stockpiled goods. I'll put that as a different note. Because I need to remember this next week. And if a county improvement has multiple goods that can be replaced with them, then the gathering of stockpiled goods needs to multiply the number of goods that are replaceable. We're going to convert this to an issue. We're going to send this to the top. 2D4X. Move to top. Then I wonder, this just popped in my head. I wonder who I would tell about that project bug. It's over here. Is that a Godot thing, or is that a Visual Studio thing? Default, now I'm all sidetracked. Default namespace in Visual Studio is always wrong. I think it's a Godot issue. That's nothing to do with what we're doing right now. All right, back to the other. What was the other note I was going to put in? Um, use remnants, but oh my God, it needs to only check the ones that have been checked. Uh, it needs to stockpile only the ones that have been checked. Oh, I remember what it was. All stockpiles allow remnants. Have all stockpiles allow remnants. I'm already thinking that might not be the best idea. Okay. And then we're going to put, yeah. All right, let's push this code. I know I'm ending a little earlier than normal, but life happens. I'm looking at these changes that have happened over here in the .godot thing. It's kind of interesting. What the fuck was I doing? We're pushing this figured out the missing dictionary bug from yesterday, and we will commit this, and we will push this, then we will wait patiently, and then we will close this, and then we're going to call it a day. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next week. It's probably going to be a similar state of bizarreness. I don't think they're going to be done with this construction in a week. Probably months of agony. Anyways, thank you guys. I will talk to you next time.